So we all come across to a situation in an organization where we need to import information from one sheet to another sheet. So today we will learn how to import the data from one sheet to another, or how to implement data within a sheet from different sheets. Okay, and the best part of this function is that you can accumulate a lot of data or a lot of sheets information within one sheet, and you can use it according to yourself. So we will learn step by step how to do this particular function. So here we have taken two sheets. One I have named as import function, and another we will take as an HR information, and here we have to add two subsheets. Here I have done HR 2020 and another is HR 2022. So whenever you get into a situation where you need to import these functions, or suppose if I need to import these two sheets function into this sheet accumulatively, how will I do this? So here import range function comes into action and makes our work super easy. So I'm gonna tell you step by step how to use this function and make your work super easy and productive within a very short period of time. So as you can see that I have taken two subsheets. I have named them as HR 2020 and HR 2022. So we will add data according to yourself, and as I have put in here, you can also add data accordingly. So what we will do that, let's suppose very first step is that we need to copy the URL of this particular sheet. So I'm taking HR 2020 and I will select the whole URL. But make sure that while you are selecting the URL, you will select until this part. The edit part will not be selected because we don't need that. So we will copy this URL, that is Ctrl+C. We will go to our import range function sheet equals to import range, and here it comes, and this function says that you need to copy paste the spreadsheet's URL and then the range. So we will copy the URL. Make sure that this needs to be within the double inverted comma, because if you don't do that, this function will not be comma. Then we'll put the range. Now that is also need to be put into double inverted comma. We'll take the range A1 till D, let's suppose 30, and then we'll close this and enter. So whenever you will be putting this for the very first time, implying this particular function, the sheet will ask for your access to allow to import the data from one sheet to another. So we will allow the access and we will have a data. So we are having a data. So now suppose that we need to have the whole data, because we need the whole data. We just don't need a confined data. So what we'll do here, that we'll just remove the range from here. That is, I'll remove the range here, and then we'll have the whole data here. Okay. Now let's suppose that I want to import the range of HR 2020. So what we'll do here, we'll just go here, we'll type, that is HR 2020, we'll add an exclamation mark. Now this 2 needs to be within inverted commas. Okay, and we'll put enter, and we'll have the whole data here. Now suppose that we have put in the whole data. Now if we put any access or any value in this HR 2020, let's suppose I type HPL, that will be reflected here in a sheet here. See, okay, so this is a significance that all the data, that whatever data we will be inputting in the another sheet, that will be reflected back in the import range function, or the sheet where we want the data to be reflected back. Now to make this a very big formula, to simplify, what we'll do first, we'll add in data validation. So we'll go to data, then we'll go to data validation, we'll list of item, and then we'll write the name of the board sheet, that was HR space 2020 comma HR space 2022. Okay, we'll reject any input from here and we'll put it. Okay, now to make this simplify this very big formula, what we'll do that we will copy the URL of this particular sheet, that is Control plus C, and we can paste it here anywhere in this sheet with Control plus V. You can add multiple URL of the sheet and then you can use it for your reference accordingly. So to simplify this very big formula, what we will do, we will write import range, we will select this cell, comma, we will select this data validation cell, we'll add it right here, and double inverted comma, exclamation mark, the range that we had to put, and then we will just close this and enter. So we have the whole information here. Now if we want to have information about just HR 2020, we will just need to select here and we'll have the data accordingly. Now suppose that if you need to put these two sheets into a single line, into a straight line, you want to have both the datas in a very same column or in a very straight line, what we need to do is, here we will again imply the import range function. Okay, and we just need to do the very same thing that we have been doing. We'll select this, then we'll add this, we'll do this function. Make sure that you don't miss that double inverted comma, because as you will miss that, the formula will go wrong. Here I will add the data, that is A1 to, let's suppose, D20, and then we will close this bracket and enter. We'll have the value. Now what we'll do this, we'll copy this whole thing, Control plus C, we'll add semicolon, then we'll paste this whole thing. Now make sure that here what we have to do is, we just have to write here HR 2020. Okay, and we need to put this into an exclamation mark, and here what we will do, that was HR 2022. Okay, we'll remove this, we'll add this within double inverted commas. Now if you put it into here, it will show an error, so we need to add curly brackets, that is here and here, and then enter it, and we'll have the whole data here. See, within a gap that we have given, we have the whole data. So likewise, you can simplify your work, you can save time and put both the datas into one. Please follow up for more videos, and if you want to know more about our profile or our vertical, that is GetSkilld, please check in the description below.